What are your quirks when listening to rock and roll music? When it comes to rock music, every fan has their own listening quirks. Some fans can't resist turning the volume up as soon as the guitar riffs kick in. Others drum on the steering wheel, nod their heads, or even perform a one-person concert while sitting in traffic. If you've ever laughed at yourself for singing along in the car or waited for a track to finish before shutting off the engine, you're not alone. Rock music isn't just background noise. It's an experience, one that often spills over into other parts of life. Just as music brings out quirky habits, rock and roll books stir something special in fans who love both reading and rocking. If you've ever flipped through the pages of a biography or memoir about your favorite band while humming along to their greatest hits, you know exactly how powerful that can be. Why rock and roll books matter to music fans? Rock music has always been more than sound. It's a culture, an identity, and a movement that has influenced generations. Reading rock and roll books gives fans a way to dive deeper into that world. These books often reveal the stories behind the songs, the struggles of legendary artists, and the raw energy of life on tour. For die-hard fans, the details of these books bring a whole new dimension to the music. Knowing the heartbreak that inspired a ballad or the chaos that fueled a blistering guitar solo makes the listening experience richer. It transforms the way you hear those songs forever. Rock and roll books as a time machine. One of the greatest joys of rock and roll books is their ability to transport you back in time. Whether you're reading about the birth of rock in the 50s, the psychedelic explosion of the 60s, or the stadium-shaking power of the 70s rock anthems, each book serves as a time machine. Through vivid storytelling, readers get to stand backstage with their favorite artists, ride along on their buses, and witness the moments that shaped entire decades of music. Few other genres of literature allow readers to feel the pulse of an era as directly as rock and roll books do. The different types of rock and roll books. Not all rock and roll books are the same, and that's part of the fun. Some fans love autobiographies, where the artist's own voice shines through, sharing personal stories of triumph, success, and reinvention. Others prefer biographies written by seasoned music journalists who provide an in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at an artist's career. There are also books that dive into the cultural side of rock, examining fashion, rebellion, and the influence of rock on politics and social change. And of course, some readers love coffee table books filled with photographs, posters, and rare memorabilia that capture the visual style of rock across generations. Quirks while reading rock and roll books. Just as fans have listening quirks, they also develop reading habits when it comes to rock and roll books. Do you find yourself stopping mid-page to pull up a track mentioned in the book? Do you hum the chorus of a favorite song while reading about its creation? Maybe you can't resist air guitaring when a story describes an epic solo. These small rituals show how intertwined reading and listening can be. A book about your favorite rock band doesn't just sit quietly on a shelf. It becomes a living, breathing part of your music experience. Why every rock fan should read rock and roll books? At the end of the day, rock and roll books are not just for music historians or collectors. They are for everyone who wants to feel more connected to the songs that shaped their lives. They bring music to life in new ways, revealing the struggles, inspiration, and moments of magic that created the soundtrack of our culture. If you consider yourself a true rock and roll fan, adding rock and roll books to your reading list is a must. They deepen your appreciation for the music you already love and introduce you to untold stories that make rock the most enduring genre in modern history. Reading, rocking, and remembering, the 3 R's. Whether you're drumming on the steering wheel during the commute, singing at the top of your lungs in the shower, or quietly flipping through the pages of a book late at night, rock and roll is a way of finding you. And when you mix music with literature, the result is unforgettable. So the next time you crank up your favorite album, consider pairing it with a great read. Because the magic of rock and roll books is that they don't just tell stories. They let you relive them Quirks and all.